This is Akashavani Mangaluru. Dear listeners, we observe October 10 every year as the World Mental Health Day. In this connection, now Mrs. Ashwini Shetty, Assistant Professor, Department of Postgraduate Studies and Research in Psychology, Sri Dharmasthala Manjunatheshwara College, Ujire, delivers a speech, Mental Health, a Gentle Reminder.
2024 is celebrating the Mental Health Day with the theme, It is time to prioritize mental health in the workplace, signifying the well-being at work atmosphere. Most of our day starts with the alarm, which might sound aspiring to some, whereas stress to other. And we often blame on our procrastination of work at workplace, but unfortunately, the sound of laziness embraces us at the very start of the day by snoozing our alarm. However, the day is never off and that laziness is dwarf. Quickly checking out the routine, we'll be back with the same enthusiasm or pretending so to our workplace as usual. Meantime, some of us will be got to observe few things on the way which might cherish us to brighter day or, on the other side, will push us to suffer further. Household work, traveling, getting ready, getting others ready, food, update are all the schedule that lines up to start our day. If someone asks you what keeps you going, and the answer will be hope. The purpose of living differs from one another, and believe me, only few of them are living it consciously. Then what about others? Of course, they do survive, but not meaning it what they intend to. Meeting the various demands of life, impressing others, expecting more than accepting, thinking beyond the reality, comparison, ambivalent lifestyles, inferiority complex with supremacy behavior, or superiority complex in the absence of reality, overthinking are some observations from the current complicated but trending generations. Enjoy the life is a tagline without the clear knowledge of what is enjoyment. However, these are all the common wings we often try to tag and fly but cuts off for no reason. Amidst of all, we have something called digital screen, which provides us motivation to sustain out of all odds. Increasing in the psychological and physical problems are directed towards the use of screen from infancy to old age. I agree that scientific evidence is something that holds on both positive and negative effects together. But there are also some information that we, the layman, is not aware of and unfortunately not in our concern too. As per the general survey, the child of age 2 years grabs the family attention with its fast and furious skill of operating e-devices. And the proud parents deliberately entertain this activity without much delay. And then comes the reality of developmental delay in children, lack of life skills, and many other mental health issues indicating poor growth with respect to their chronological age. Of course, we cannot point that parenting is the only reason, but most of the cases lie on the same parameter. Does this mean to completely take off the phone from the child until adulthood? No, that might not be the solution because Gen Z or Generation Z is the digital era. We can't escape from the screen use because most of the research studies show that screen use among school children and teenagers helps in communication and engagement. Additionally, in exposure to new ideas and immersive learning experiences. And therefore, we need to promote a healthy screen use. And that's the knowledge all the parents must acquire. My question to all the parents: how many of you are aware of IPA or AAP guidelines? Well, in this session, let me help you to know a bit of it. IPA, Indian Psychiatric Association, in the year 2021 has issued media usage recommendations in children and adolescents up to 18 years of age, where zero screen time use to less than 2 years of old child. In the children between 2 to 5 years old, only on specific purposes such as education, they can use it not more than 30 minutes per session and not more than 2 sessions a day under the supervision of caretakers as shared media. In fact, IPA has even provided education on these guidelines during COVID time through Pragyata to parents when students were in need of online education. IPA 2021 guidelines promotes the digital well-being and wellness, referring to maintaining health of individual user and the community in all spheres while using digital media and tools for personal, professional, education or recreational purposes. And this includes safe and responsible behavior and conduct in digital environments so as not to harm any living ones or the environment. The one more guideline by American Academy of Pediatrics AAP says that media exposure to below 2 years of child will lead to ineffective new verbal or non-verbal problem solving skills. This is because a child below 2 years experience video deficit, which means they'll have difficulty learning from two-dimensional video representations at younger than 30 months of age, which affects to thinking and other cognitive abilities. Also, interaction by adults marks very important step for the toddlers to learn from digital media. Although some education apps have shown educational benefits in preschoolers, few apps are being misused under these subjects. And active parent involvement is much recommended for digital learning among children. Most of the population do involve themselves in one or other gaming behavior, compromising it as a stress buster, relaxation method, distractor, brain or cognitive booster, or something that helps to become a digital competitor. According to the source, gaming behaviors are increasing drastically over the years, and the most vulnerable age group found to be 18 to 35 years. Also, preschool children observed to be a part of the victims of behavioral addiction. Although World Health Organization, that is WHO, has shown its concern over taking the condition seriously by recognizing gaming disorder as a modern disease, hardly do people think on its cause-effect relationship and its comorbidity with other medical conditions. Just to be precise, any of our activities affecting our daily functioning, be it be physical, emotional, social or psychological, would attribute to understand the level of our normal condition. And any changes among these would be considered for further diagnosis. And thus, this area of research studies provides the relevance of education and awareness among parents with respect to their child's physical and mental health. Gaming disorder is a pattern of gaming behavior characterized by impaired control over gaming, increasing priority given to gaming over other activities to the extent that gaming takes precedence over other interest and daily activities, and continuation or escalation of gaming despite the occurrence of negative consequences. This might include digital gaming or video gaming. By now, every one of us is quite anxious to learn about the condition we are or we will be in some time. Society blames technology advancements for the gaming addiction and the current generation ignoring the fact of development of child at home. The biological perspectives of the child on its development of growth in terms of physical, psychological and social factors remain same unless and until there is changes in the parenting style. Each parent or caretaker has the same freedom to upbring their child as they wish, or by not inculcating the essential moral values, fulfilling their need and necessities. When the mother enjoys the child sleeping by watching YouTube videos at the age of 1, and when a father feels proud when his child operates a phone at the age of 2, are all the premorbid factors which causes the child seek more comfortable in using the phone in the future too. According to the child psychology, at the onset of 0 to 2 years, every child has a need to develop trust towards the new world after it comes out of the mother's womb, which is considered to be the safest place for around 9 months. Trust can be developed through the immediate response towards the child need in that age group, that is responding to a baby's cry for food, hygiene, sleep, affectionate arms, soothing lap, cuddling gesture, empathetic smile, etc. And this trust later follows the other important factors such as confidence, self-esteem, social identity, interpersonal relationship, and intrapersonal relationship. Therefore, the basic parenting style adopted by during 0 to 5 years would largely impact as the deciding factor for the healthy adolescent child. This helps the child learn to meet their basic physical and psychological needs. Contrast to this will lead to many issues in developing healthy relationship with the society. Therefore, proper psychoeducation to the parents is mandatory in order to prevent online addiction. And the children should be always engaged with one or other task both physically and mentally so that they will not have any preoccupied thought on playing games online. As per the studies, reward mechanism adopted by e-games will motivate the children to spend more time in gaming. So, the parents have to practice rewarding and appreciating the child for its good actions and thoughts by supporting them to work with morality principle. Another factor which largely contributes towards gaming addiction is lack of important life skills in an individual. When a child fails to face the challenges in the reality, it temporarily comforts oneself with the virtual reality and therefore prioritizing it of all the important tasks. Here comes the need of educating a child on prioritizing the task and training the life skills at earlier age to face the real world, thus preventing the escapism from the reality. Monitoring children's hobbies involves prioritizing tasks, setting time limits, discussing their daily activities, raising awareness, and educating on money and peer influence. We are aware that physical illness is easily observed and addressed, but mental illness is more challenging. In this sweep, child behavior changes should be considered emergencies and addressed by the professionals like counselors, special educators, or psychologists. Most mental illnesses progress to severe stages without initial clues, so providing a comfortable environment at home and school helps to track the progress. Though we are living in the society aspiring to create more negative effects on us, we are still not relieved by our roles and responsibilities towards our life. It is ultimately you are the pathfinder of your life. It is you who have to work on creating the better tomorrow by working on your present reality. We have to first understand that there is a problem. Only then we can think of solutions and measures on preventing it. It is okay to have a problem, and it is okay to share your problem with others and help yourself find a solution. Acceptance of reality is something that is much required in an individual, which will definitely decrease the escape from reality, thereby decreasing the experience of temporary happiness in a virtual world. Therefore, in spite of wasting the time on seeking something that is not relevant, start working on something that is reliable to lead a better future.
Dear listeners, you have just heard Mrs. Ashwini Shetty speaking on the topic Mental Health, a gentle reminder. This talk came to you from the studios of Akashvani Mangaluru.